In this video, I'm going to show you how to make some different styles of skies and clouds in Blender for different render settings and different environments. So let's get started. First, let me show you how I set up my world scene. I mean how I color my world and all that. Let me hide all of this first. Let me go to render view. Here I have a gradient texture, not texture, gradient color from white to bluish color. How I choose this is take a color ramp, uh, choose two colors. I choose these two colors. You can choose according to your scene. If your scene is orange, convert it to lightish orange to darkish orange as you wish. Add gradient texture. It can be anything. It can be linear, spherical, according to your environment. This also, I chose linear, and make sure to connect it to texture coordinate. Without these two nodes, the gradient will not be in correct direction. It will go from side to side. So make sure you connect these two texture coordinate nodes. Then it will come from bottom to top. Now connect this to world output. These for daylight. Now I'll show you how to do this for night times. Night skies means it mainly consists of stars. Rarely it will have different colors like these colors. I'll show you normal way, just dark sky and stars. For that you can use these two nodes. You can use noise texture node and crank the scale up to 250 or 300 like I did here. Or you mainly I'll use Warner texture because if you use noise texture, when the scale is too high, the stars will be exactly in like dots. But for Warner texture, the stars will have different slight changes to the stars. So take Warner texture, scale it up to 1000 or something like that, and cut the color ramp to the Warner texture, and you have this one. These are basic settings of world textures. Now I'll move on to how to make some clouds. Before moving on to the clouds, I'll give a quick tip, that is, before you decide on making skies and clouds, complete your 3D scenes like I did here. Complete your road, the ship, whatever it may be, and then set your camera angle where you want your camera to be and all that, and then move on to making clouds and skies. Now after doing all that, I set my camera, I set my all this. Now I'll show you the first method of making clouds. First method is very simple. Just go to Google and search for some sky images, and in there pick whatever image you want according to your environment. I picked these images for now. In this, I'm going to select this one. I think this sky image will look good for this scene, and I'll drop it into 3D environment. Now I brought the sky image into Blender. Here, keep the sky image behind all your models like this, like I kept here, and adjust it according to your camera. In your camera, go to render view, and here you can adjust the sky image as you wish. You can decrease the size, adjust the clouds wherever you want like that. And also forgot to change this to daylight. I still have stars behind in the world texture. Connect this one. And also if you have different colors, like in place of blue, if you have different colors, go here, take this picker. If you have orange, red, any sky, if you want to match them accurately, but if I select this color, it is getting blue, very bluish here, so I'm not going to do that. It is okay for now. And also for the sky image, connect this to emission. In emission, keep strength as 0.9 or 1. It'll look good with the emission from the background. And also as for light, I set the temperature to full. I drag the full to right side. Tint subtle yellowish orange color, and that's all. This is sunlight. This is the simplest way to add sky and cloud at a time. It is easy. It does not take much computation from your PC because it has no volumes and all that. Now with this completed, let's go to second method. For that, we'll use volumetrics. For second method, take a cube and stretch it like this and place on top of your 3D models like this. To make these clouds like this, you need a volume scatter node. Let me delete this unwanted nodes first. You just take a volume scatter node. It will look like this, full white volume. That's all. Now what you do is take a color ramp. For that, add a noise texture. Decrease the scale to 0.2, 0.1 like that. Make sure to keep the dimensions as 40 so that afterwards you can change the cloud placement and all that. To this, add texture coordinate node. Connect the object to the mapping, and forget about this multiply node for now. Connect the color ramp to the volume scatter node like this. Now, according to the color ramp, these clouds are divided. If you want more clouds, you can just do this. If you want less clouds, you can do this like that. And again, here in place of constant, not constant, it will be linear first. In place of linear, select constant and do this. Afterwards, with this W value, you can change the cloud placements and all that. For now, these are not looking good. The clouds are way denser and way darker. It is not suiting according to our scene. For that, add a multiply node and also take color ramp, take gradient texture. In this gradient texture, select spherical. What will happen is connect these to multiply, and now connect this multiply to surface, not into volume, into surface. Let me show you what happens. With this gradient, we can adjust where the clouds should start. The clouds will just not appear suddenly, but gradually the density of the clouds will increase. Let me show you. For this color ramp, if I bring this node here, you can see that black value is coming into the clouds and is gradually coming into white color here. Like that, we can control the density of the clouds. Now disconnect this surface connection. Now if you go into camera view, you can see the clouds are now less denser. It is shooting according to the scene. If you don't understand that, just copy these nodes. Do the same setup in your scene also. Afterwards, if you want the clouds to be denser, just come here, go into Y value and increase its value so that the clouds will become denser. If you don't want to be denser, just mess with these all values, you will get whatever you want. Now another thing I do is I'll duplicate this cube and place it below below the original one. Let me hide the original one first. What I do is I'll decrease the clouds so that there also is smaller clouds. In the main cube, there will be larger clouds. In the duplicated cube, there will be smaller clouds. So that there will be slight variations in our scene. And also, if possible, I'll make these small cubes less denser or more denser. I'll do it according to my scene. You can also make another duplicate of the cube and make some mid variations and all that. Now for the next one, let me show you how to make some night skies. For the let's disconnect this day color ramp. Let's call this night color ramp and connect this Warner texture and color ramp to our world output. And let me hide these clouds first. We will have this slightly bluish and dark color and some stars in the world. And also nighttime there will not be orange color. So let me hide this light and let me turn on this one. This is just white with subtle bluish tint, and that's all. Strength I kept it at 4. Most of the time this will be my night scene. I will not add more things to the cloud. In my case, I will also decrease some of those stars. There are more stars like this. If you want to do some other variations, you can just add some cubes. In these cubes, go to here. For in place of white, just decrease the color like this. For these two, keep the value at 0.04. That will be good. For these two, keep the value at 0.03 or 4, whatever you want. Now you can see there are subtle bluish clouds, and if you also want to add light to the clouds, let me say these are too dark, I will keep the value at 0.2. For any reason your clouds are too dark, the light is not coming to the clouds. What you can do is add a area light to the clouds. For this area light, I kept the power as I will increase the power to 5 and exposure to 6, so that there will be a subtle light in the clouds, and this light is also bouncing on here. Now this looks good. Now for the night scene, to sum it up, there are two variations. One, I'll just hide the clouds and all that and just be done with this. If this is mainly for night scene, I'll add some street lamps or boat lamps here to make the scene much more appealing. But if you want clouds, nighttime mostly there will not be clouds visible if you search for night skies in Google. If you want clouds, what I do is I'll add clouds in color ramp. Instead of making it pure white, I'll make the value as very dark, not black but very dark. And to make these clouds pop, sometimes the clouds will be lit well, but sometimes it will be dark like this. In that situations, you can add an area light on top so that it will not affect our 3D scene, but it will affect our clouds. Like that, you can adjust your scene according to your wish, according to your environment. These are some basics. Based on this, you can build on top of that. Now that's it for the videos. There are some renders I made with the same lighting setups I showed you in this video. And if you like them, follow this. If you have any good ways to create skies and clouds, comment it down below so we can all learn together. That's it for the video. Bye.